This episode on Sailing Papau.
The colour doesn't match. It's a good opportunity to paint the whole bathroom.
We get stuck into some much needed repairs.
Worst job on any boat, I reckon. Probably people in the comments screaming at us going, "No, you idiot, don't do that."
Hey everyone.
G'day guys, how are you?
Now that we're back in Sydney, we thought we'd get into a couple of the bigger jobs on Papau, like painting our bedrooms from yellow to white, and maybe even taking the carpet off the roof.
Anyway, so we're going to smash through what's going to be a few months of refit work into a few episodes, which will bring us closer to real time, and then we'll be ready for the next season.
Yeah, let's get stuck into it. When we bought Papau over 2 years ago, one of the first things on our to-do list was to paint the rooms, but with so many other jobs on that list, it was always at the bottom. This small storage compartment actually had carpet on it, but I'd ripped it off just after we bought Papau. We were left with plenty of old glue, so I sanded it all off with 60 grit paper and then faired it with your basic builder's bog from the hardware. This is so much faster and cheaper to use than epoxy, and it would suffice in here because it was only cosmetic. Simply mix, bog and sand over and over until you're happy with the finish. We keyed in all the walls with 120 grit sandpaper. This provides a rough surface that the paint adheres to better and prevents any flaking. After a very thorough vacuuming to remove all the dust, we wiped every surface with acetone and finished with a tacking cloth to pick up any stray bits of dust. As always, the prep took 10 times longer than the actual painting. Now with it all done, we can finally get to the satisfying time lapse of rolling on the paint. For anyone interested, we used a foam roller and we were very happy with the finish. Happy, Michael?
Not bad.
How much of an improvement is it?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I can't believe we lived in the Canary.
There's no way we'd have done this while we were cruising.
Yeah, it would have been a mission.
Really nightmare.
We could have done it, but it,
yeah, it would have been absolutely horrible. Look at all that glue. Oh, that's where the trim went.
Oh, yeah. Oh, look how good it looks. It looks just bigger, doesn't it?
Mm.
So much bigger. That other room's going to look gigantic with the smaller mattress in it. So good. Most satisfying peel, except that bit I knocked the trim off. Where there's glue all over. So it looks amazing, but just unwrapping the wooden trim, it looks so much nicer. It's just so satisfying.
Different boat. Look at that. Unbelievable.
To say we were happy with the results would be a complete understatement. With the bedrooms painted, our next job was to swap out the shower tap that was in constant repair. Okay, so today we have a bit of an upgrade to do. I'm going to begin to install the shower tap that I'm replacing. Basically, I need to take the old taps out and fair the bench space so we have a new space, because this is the current setup. Yes, it's filthy. We haven't been on here for ages. And basically, this tap's coming out, these taps are coming out, and I'm going to have one flick mixer with an extendable shower head like this, but obviously a lot newer. So I'm also going to rip this out and reseal it with some proper mold-free Sikaflex or whatever it's silicone that I've got. So this is all coming out, and then under here I've also got a bit of plumbing to do.
Plumbing, the worst job on any boat, I reckon.
Yeah. At least this one isn't in.
New plumbing's alright. Old plumbing sucks. Yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, finally.
By far the best investment on any boat, I reckon, a heat gun.
What's a heat gun worth?
This one, $30 or something, $40.
Yeah. Saved our elbows a few times.
Save your elbows and cuts down on the swearing.
Swapping these T-joins for a straight joiner, so we can just bypass that tap basically and get it out of the way. And then that way, that was for this tap, and that one's going to be gone. We're using the old shower fittings that were under here for the new one.
Yep, getting there.
Drill a hole, put the tap in.
Drill the hole, put the tap in, got the fittings off. Now just putting the new ones back on. Well, we have got a new tap, but that meant sanding the bathroom, and the colour doesn't match. So instead of just painting around the tap and making it mismatch, I figured it's a good opportunity to paint the whole bathroom. Why not? So, new old tap was there. Another tap for the shower was here. I've epoxied and filled them, sanded it flush. New tap's going in here, put the sink back. But this bathroom is just a little bit cream compared to the other rest of the boat. And all the paint we have is white. So instead of trying to match it, I'm just going to paint it. We're just going to paint over everything with the single pack, because you can paint over 2-pack with single pack apparently. And
but not the other way around?
Yeah, not the other way around apparently, because the solvent in the 2-pack dissolves the paint in the 1 part.
Are we painting the floor in 1 pack as well, or I think we should leave it.
We'll just see how we go.
Yeah. The 2-pack's more durable, but we just don't have enough of it, and it's a bit expensive. And
probably every painter's mistake, not having enough paint and then getting forced into these decisions.
Well, it's pretty hard at the moment because everything's shut. Only Bunnings is open, and yeah, it's pretty hard to get this paint. So we could wait, and then we'll probably be ready to go cruising by the time we can get it, and then we just want to go. So every time you would sit on the toilet, that might be too much information, but you could see where all the paint was missing. It just looked really poxy, so it'd be nice to sit on the toilet and admire our fantastic paint job. But we've just acetoned everything, got rid of all the dust, taped up the mirror and the windows and all the trims, and then I'm going to paint the inside, so get rid of all that gross yellow paint. Yeah, should be pretty good. Anyway, we're going to get stuck into it because we're running out of daylight already. So we've been mixing this 200 mils to a cap full of terps.
Yeah, so there was a lot of debate over we couldn't get the right thinner for it. And we spoke to our old mate Kenny. He said just to try a little test patch with some terps, because we couldn't find the right thinners. And yeah, we did the whole bedroom and it was fine. Worked really well.
Yeah.
So far so good, we'll see. Probably people in the comments screaming at us going, "No, you idiot, don't do that. Oh, you never mixed that paint like that."
Well, we finished the first coat, so it's pretty hot working conditions today. It's 30 degrees, but I think it's come up pretty nice. Hard to tell at the moment, but looks pretty good. It's gone on pretty smooth and evenly, and then we might come back tomorrow and do final coat, and then it rains for 4 days, so we'll be sitting around twiddling our thumbs until we can come back and install the sinks and taps and doors and everything, and it should look pretty snazzy, I think. Excited?
Yeah.
It's been one of those jobs that I never thought we'd actually get to do.
Yeah, it's a shame that we've put that crusty old sink in.
Oh, I know, there's just nothing fit. Just come back down this morning and she looks pretty good. Very, very happy how it's come up. It's super glossy. It's just a really nice paint. And this pole, which is a PVC pipe, which actually is for the gears outside. It always looked really crappy. Michael didn't really want to paint it, but I reckon it looks heaps better painted. Are you sold on it, Michael, or are you still...
Yeah, pretty nice.
It looks like part of the furniture now.
Yeah.
Not just
I thought it would flake off and look a bit epoxy, but...
We sanded it. The tiller's lasted.
Yeah, I suppose so.
So, yeah. We actually did, we have like this really crappy conduit bit on the tiller, and instead of like replacing it with some really expensive carbon fibre, we actually just spray painted it matte black out of a spray can. Took like 2 seconds, cost nothing because we already had the paint, and it looks so good. I'm really happy with it because you probably remember it. I'll put some footage here. It was just orange, like literally a bit of electrical conduit. It looks so epoxy.
PVC.
Yeah. Always the most satisfying part of the paint job, taking all the striping off. Looks pretty good. Pretty happy with that. Just going to take this off and touch up with some terps where I've like gone over the tape, like on the roof. I've got to get that off while the paint's still like wet. Oh, good job taping. What is this, Michael?
It's the terps is for. There. Anyway, here's the before.
Next episode on Sailing Papau, we tackle the biggest job yet.
Your reward for finishing one job. There's another job! Have you had that moment yet, Michael?
What moment?
The moment where you go, what the hell have I done?
And have a few major surprises pop up along the way.
Now we've come down here, we're checking them, and today they've leaked everywhere and we're just like freaking out. G'day everyone.
G'day guys, thank you so much for all your support. We've been overwhelmed with the amount of orders we've got on the merch.
Yeah, if you haven't already got some, head on over to sailingforpower.com to check it out.
Also, just wanted to say another huge thank you to all our patrons out there. Your support is amazing.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you, and see you on the next one.
See you next episode. Michael has lost a tooth. He's got a retainer in.
So as well as the
boat work.
The boat refit, I've also done a mouth refit, and I'm getting a new tooth that was removed, so I'm wearing a little retainer, which is making me talk with a bit of a lisp.
Yeah, so living on a boat makes it very difficult to do health and dental and all that, so now that we're back in Sydney, we've been doing refit on our bodies as well, Michael's tooth included.
It doesn't look too bad with that, but yeah, I can't talk properly, so...
Yeah, he's got a lisp.
So
Cheers,
definitely,
guys.
definitely got a lisp. Anyway, cheers, guys.